So you're like me with girls in high school. It's quality over quantity. In this video, I asked you to bring your own personal collection. The viewers are curious about what coin dealers and numismatists actually collect themselves. And so did you bring in like a wheelbarrow full of coins, a hand cart?
No, I sure didn't. I brought you what I consider my core collection. I have other stuff. I occasionally play with stuff like Lincoln Cents and Dance Go albums. I kind of consider those like my low stress. Like when I see something I like, I'll buy it and I'll put it in there. I'm not really trying too terribly hard. But this is what I consider my core collection that I will be building until the day I die.
Okay.
It is not a lot of coins. Right now, it is a whopping 5 coins.
Are you serious?
A whopping 5 coins.
Holy smokes! That you deal with coins day and night, all day, every day.
I do. I am just a little bit more selective.
The finer things in life, like Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. Grey Poupon is so fine, it's even made with white wine. Its original French Dijon recipe adds distinctive flavor to beef, pork, and poultry, salad dressing and sauces, and of course sandwiches. So enjoy one of life's finer pleasures.
Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Grey Poupon. It even has wine.
Yeah.
So because I work in a place like this, I see really cool coins all the time. So when I buy coins, they have to be special. I have a target in mind. I know exactly what I'm trying to do, but I'm not too eager to buy something because I am in the business. So, when I see a coin, a lot of the times it's one of those things where, I can find something else. It's never the last shot generally for me.
Okay, so you're like me with girls in high school. It's quality over quantity.
Yes, much like that.
And Mrs. T and I met in high school, by the way.
And there's your quality.
There you go. So, all right, I'm sure that by now the viewers are dying to see. Let's do them. Can you show me, though, that little case that you have, the one in?
Yeah.
Do you mind starting with that one?
No, not at all. So I'll start with that one.
Okay.
So I'll hand that to you.
Okay.
So basically, first I'll kind of tell you what exactly that whole case is. So it's just called an intercept shield case. All of my core collection is in those. It's just for storage.
Okay.
It just helps me keep the slabs nice because I don't want to get them all banged up and scratched up because there's nothing more annoying than that.
Okay.
So for the guys that don't know anything about me, I only collect, for my core collection, Liberty seeded coins.
Yeah.
And I am working on a typeset. And when I say a typeset, I mean one of every type and one of every denomination. So everything from half dime all the way to dollar, including trade dollars and Gobrecht dollars. It's a little over 30 coins.
What dollars?
Gobrecht dollars. Okay. So Gobrecht dollars were the first silver dollar that we started making after 1804.
Okay.
Started making them in 1836. They were designed by a guy named Christian Gobrecht, which is the guy that actually designed that coin, the Liberty seeded coin.
Okay.
So Gobrecht dollars are kind of sort of technically considered patterns for some. There's restrikes. There's a lot of nuance to them, but basically I need 2 of them for this set, and I'll need to spend at least, for the kind of coins I want, probably about 30 G's a piece right now.
Okay.
So it is a process. It's not something I'll be doing anytime soon, but...
Would you go for one that's beat up and poor quality and upgrade, or you just go straight for the one you want?
No, with those, my strategy is definitely going to be finding the coin that I want.
Okay.
A lot of collectors do what we call like hole fillers, where they'll pick up a coin that they can afford. And for a lot of people, I understand that. For a lot of people, they're not in the type of environment that I'm in. They're true hobbyists, where I'm a professional and I have access to different sorts of things. So I don't really like hole fillers. I would much rather have a very small collection with coins I truly love and enjoy, instead of coins that I look at and say, I'm not crazy about it, but at least the spot is full.
Okay, got it. So I'll tell you, let's say another one. And the first one we looked at was had the CAC sticker.
Yeah, so that's an 1861 O seeded Liberty half dollar. What's really cool is that one has a couple stories behind it. The first story is that wasn't actually struck by the United States of America. That was struck by the government of Louisiana after they seceded from the Union in 1861. There was a couple-month period where the Confederacy was... Louisiana was not in the Confederacy, and they were their own independent nation. And so they seized the mint from federal troops, and they began striking coins in the name of Louisiana. And by doing some die comparison and things like that, some really nerdy stuff, we know that that's a Louisiana issue. So that coin was actually minted for the Louisiana government at the beginning of the Civil War. And what's cool is that coin actually came into this shop in a collection. It has an envelope with it from a guy named B. Max Mell. And B. Max Mell was a very, very prominent coin dealer in the early 1900s.
That was in that little case that you
handed
me.
And so the previous owner paid $1 for that coin. It comes out of a very, very old collection. That coin hadn't seen the light of day until since the 1930s, until I pulled it out of that envelope. Wow. So when I saw it, I knew I had to buy it. It's graded 62 CAC. If you dipped that coin, it's probably more like a 4. Probably wouldn't have CAC'd, but I probably could have gotten a 4 out of it if I really wanted to. But I love original skin on a coin.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite coin in the world. That's a coin that will never go anywhere. I could be destitute and it'd be in my back pocket.
That's awesome, man. Show me another one.
We'll keep with the half dollars. This is a 1854 seated Liberty half dollar. So I need 2 seated Liberty half dollars. I actually need a couple more to get all the types. That one is particularly the arrows and rays types. They put arrows at the date because they changed the weight, and that was to signify that they changed the date. So that's the arrows variety. I would also need one in 1853 that has arrows and rays. I need one in 1873 that has arrows. So there's lots of varieties for them. What I really like about that coin is I bought that on eBay probably about 5 or 6 years ago in an ICG holder, and ICG is not really thought of as a top-tier grading service.
Sure, yeah.
But I loved how crusty and original it was. I bought it as it was graded AU58 by ICG. I got it, I cracked it, and I sent it to PC. And it's a 55, and I think that's a fair grade. And I think that'll probably CAC when I send it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Wow, nice piece. What's next?
We'll keep with the big guys. So that is an 1872 Liberty seated dollar with incredible toning.
I'll say. Wow.
Seated dollars are very, very tough. You generally find them cleaned and mangled. You do not find a lot of nice Liberty seated dollars. So when I tell people, when they're looking for one, I tell them to wait because you will find them not good. Their mintages are tiny. That is the highest mintage of the series. 1872 and 1873 are, and that has a mintage of a little over 1 million pieces. There are a lot of dates in the series that have mintages in the hundreds of thousands, if not less. So they're very tough, and that's another one that I bought on eBay. The pictures were god awful. This is probably about 5 years ago now. God awful pictures. And I wonder if there's a true view. So I went to the PCGS website. I looked at the true view and I said it's definitely worth a shot. Okay. I got it, and now it's one of my favorite coins, and people ooh and ah over it all the time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We'll go down. This is an 1879 Liberty seated quarter.
Let me ask you a quick question now. So since it's slabbed here, you could go to the PCGS website and see better pictures than you would on eBay?
Depending. So PCGS has a service called TrueView. Okay. Generally now when you send a coin in, you'll get a true view out of it, but before you wouldn't. Okay. So they have their own professional photographer. They do okay. Sometimes the stuff is a little not so true to life, but a good chunk of the time it is. Okay. So it's another service you can pay for essentially with PCGS.
That sounds like a pro tip to me.
It is, absolutely.
Okay.
So that is a coin that actually walked into this shop. It was put on my desk and pretty much with the assumption that I was going to be buying it, which I did. That is a really, really cool coin. So in the 1870s, starting in 1879, the mints were more concerned with dollar productions, so they actually stopped producing half dollars and quarters to a very, very large extent. That coin only has a mintage of about 12,500 circulation strikes. The proofs are actually less rare than the business strikes. But the problem is all the business strikes generally come nice because most of them got saved. There weren't all that many of them. So that's a nice 2. I haven't sent that to CAC. And if you noticed it, it's very proof-like because the dies were so fresh. They only used one set of dies on them. That's why you get proof-like coins, is
Right.
usually the first coin off the die, or the first few coins off the die, or if the die has been very, very polished. That's how you get proof-like coins. So that's why that looks so proof-like.
And when you said 2, you're referring to 62.
Correct. It's a 62. I do believe it will CAC. I just haven't sent it yet.
Yep.
So it'll get there. But last and not least is the littlest guy. This is an 1853 half dime. That's another coin that actually, funnily enough, was in an ICG holder. So ICG is Independent Coin Grading Service. They've been around for a hot minute. They're kind of a second-tier grader. There are coins that they do occasionally get right. That was purchased in an MS65 ICG holder. I got it for more like, MS62 money. So it was a good deal. I did the same thing, cracked it out, and then sent it to CAC, and you can see it's got a green bean on it.
Go, right there. Man, well, thanks for sharing your collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you what, for those of us who are learning, you threw a lot out there, but it's all good, man. I really appreciate learning from you and the time, and thanks a lot, buddy.
Always.
Appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Okay, let me show you what I purchased, and hey, how do you like this? Vintage Libertads, aka Gorditas. This is the end piece. They came, look at that color. Right on the end of the roll that they came in, and man, is that gorgeous. And this one came with quite a few others. Not quite a full roll, but I was lucky enough to make this score. You gotta love the edge lettering, and I went back to Harlan J. Berk, and lo and behold, this was still there. You may have remembered, you may remember this one from a video I did with Mike, and it was a pretty popular video. Unfortunately, this side isn't in the greatest condition. It's been cleaned in some kind of harsh manner. Although it doesn't look that terrible, but this side right here is the real stunner, and I picked it up for a very good price, and look at that. So if you'd like to see more, be sure to click on either of the videos that you see on your screen right now. I certainly appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next Coin Shop video. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you.